Now coming to the point how the structure of the antibody was determined. So there were experiments performed by some scientists which led to the conclusion that the antibody has a typical Y-shaped structure and they have the heavy chain and the light chain. So let's look into the experiments. So in the first experiment performed by Porter, so basically the concept of the experiment was to digest the immunoglobulin molecule with different types of proteases. So this is the immunoglobulin molecule which are linked with each other with the help of disulfide bonds. This is the heavy chain and this is the light chain. So this is the structure, and these three scientists performed protease digestion, and they took different types of proteases. So in the first case that was performed by Porter took papain as proteases. Papain is an enzyme which is present in the papaya, and after Porter took papain as the protease, Edelman took pepsin as protease. This was papain, Edelman took pepsin as protease, and Nisonov took a reducing agent which is called beta-mercaptoethanol. So these three scientists took these three different agents to digest the immunoglobulin molecule. So let's look into the result. After digesting with papain, the immunoglobulin molecule was digested into 3 fragments. So the fragments look like this. The fragment was like this. 3 types of fragments generated, and Edelman observed the fragments like this. So after Edelman performed the digestion, only 1 fragment generated, and the FC fragment was so much digested that it was multiple times digested and the fragments were too short. So basically he obtained a big fragment which is this fragment containing 2 fragments and the hinge region. And looking into the Nisonov experiment, the result was like this. He obtained 2 separated light chains and 2 separated heavy chains. So now what happened? We know that this is the hinge region of the antibody. So basically the pepsin protease digested just below the immunoglobulin molecule, hinge region of the immunoglobulin molecule. So after the pepsin digested this part, these results will be generated which have a fragment plus a hinge region, and the FC part was short. But in case of papain digestion, the papain digested cut the protein just above the hinge region. So in this part the pepsin cut the immunoglobulin molecule, and for this reason the result was like this. 2 different fragments generated. These 2 types of fragments generated, and the FC part contained the hinge region. So this was the result. And now coming to the Nisonov experiments, beta-mercaptoethanol, as I already said, is a reducing agent, and it acts upon disulfide linkages. It reduces the disulfide bonds, and we know that the disulfide linkages actually keep the heavy chain and the light chain joined together to form the functional immunoglobulin structure. So once the disulfide bond is broken or reduced, the heavy chains and the light chains separates. So this is the result that was obtained after beta-mercaptoethanol digestion. These are the heavy chains and these are the light chains. So after obtaining 3 different results from 3 different experiments, the scientists compiled the results and came to the conclusion that the antibodies has a heavy chain, a light chain Fab fragment, Fc fragments. So all these fragments, the complete structure of the antibody was deduced after performing these 3 experiments. Now let's look into the results obtained by the 3 experiments performed by these 3 scientists. So in the first case we observed that 2 Fab fragments generated by papain digestion plus 1 Fc fragment. So this is the result of papain digestion. In the next experiment, the result was 1 F Ab2. This was the result. So no Fc fragment was generated. Only this fragment is generated, and the name is because the result was like this. And these are the Fab fragments we know. These are the Fab fragments, but in this fragment generated by pepsin digestion, these fragments have 2 Fab fragments and linked with the hinge region of the immunoglobulin. So this is the hinge region. Joined with the Fab fragments, and the Fc fragment was not observed because it was digested multiple times into very small fragments which cannot be visualized. So this is the only one Fab prime 2, because the name is because it has the Fab fragments are not separated. This is not only the Fab fragments, the hinge regions are also joined with the Fab fragments. For this reason, the name of the fragment is also quite different. So now coming to the Nissanov experiment. So the experiment resulted in 2 heavy chains plus 2 light chains, and the agent was beta mercaptoethanol. So this was the agent of Nissanov experiment. So this is the result. Now it's the time of compiling the results obtained from the three different experiments. So let's look how the scientists came to the conclusion about the structure of the immunoglobulin. So another experiment was performed. In this experiment, rabbit immunoglobulin was taken. So this is rabbit immunoglobulin, and this rabbit immunoglobulin was digested, and the Fab fragment and the Fc fragments were taken for the further experiment. So one is the Fab fragment and the other one is the Fc fragment. These fragments were taken and injected into the body of a goat. So this injected into goat's body. Now for the goat, this Fab and the Fc fragment of the antibody will act as antigens, because the origin of these 2 fragments are of rabbit. So for rabbit immunoglobulin, so for the goat's body, the rabbit immunoglobulin part are antigens. So once antigen is injected into the goat's body, antibody will be developed. And what type of antibody will be developed? So 2 types of antibodies will be developed. One is anti-Fab antibody. One is anti-Fab antibody and the other one is anti-Fab antibody and anti-Fc antibody. These are the 2 types of antibodies that will be generated against the rabbit immunoglobulin G. So now let's proceed further. Now the scientists isolated these antibodies from the goat's body and took them for in vitro experiments. So in this case, the antigens, several different types of antigens were taken. In this case, the antigen was actually the heavy chain and the light chain of the immunoglobulin molecule. So these are the 2 agents which are taken for this round of experiment. Now the heavy chain and the light chain were separately incubated with these 2 types of antibodies. So heavy chain was also incubated with anti-Fab antibody and anti-Fc antibody, and light chain was also incubated with these 2 types of antibody. And now the results were analyzed. So the result was that the anti-Fab antibody, this antibody bind with both heavy chain and light chain. this antibody was able to bind with both heavy chain and light chain. So what is the conclusion? The conclusion is that the Fab fragment of the antibody is composed of both heavy chain and light chain. So H plus C. Fab fragment is composed of both heavy chain and light chain. But the anti-Fc antibody was able to bind with only the heavy chain. So this part only was able to bind with the heavy chain. So from this they came to the conclusion that the Fc part of the antibody was composed only of the heavy chain. So this is how the structure of the immunoglobulin was deduced.